in a world awash in uncertainty.
That makes me
Are you
so
triggered?
I am very triggered.
I almost said Bryan Adams.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Bryan
You can thank
Adams.
Bryan Adams, too.
Straight
I
from
get
the
it.
heart.
And we're gonna take it to the McMahons.
But Sinbad apparently never made a Shazam movie.
What?
Uranus.
I just couldn't notice.
Two brave heroes take on all things action.
Hi guys, welcome to another great edition of All Things Action Videocast. I'm Dad, otherwise known as Aaron, and with me as always, well, not always, but usually like 90% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Is?
Raiden!
Yeah, big man, Raiden.
King Vaya.
Yes, how's it going, dude?
Good.
What's new and exciting?
Nothing.
Besides
really.
you being squeaky on that chair.
Nothing really.
Yeah. Started school?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah? Learning a lot?
Yeah.
Is your teacher nice?
Yeah.
Are you good for her?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's all we ask for, right? And to get relatively good grades,
Yeah.
right? What's your favorite class?
What are we doing in general or
Yeah, just in general.
PE?
PE, of course. Why
But
not?
out of the classes I have with the teachers,
Yeah.
it would probably be math.
Okay. Smart kid, huh?
Yeah.
Try to be, right?
Try
Except
to
you hate all the homework, right?
I hate the homework.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're not a teacher.
Yeah. So, Raiden, are you ready to talk some topics for All
Yep.
Things Action Videocast? You're
Yep.
super excited about this today, right?
Yep.
You came to me and you were like, "Hey, we got to get this crap done," right?
You need.
You didn't say
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
You said we got to get all things action done, Dad.
Yeah. We
Right?
have to. We have to do nothing section
That's right.
today because it's Sunday.
Did you get the squeakiest chair we had?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start in the realm of Marvel, the movies, right?
Ooh.
So a lot of exciting things coming out with Marvel movies. So obviously, we just got done with Infinity War. If you're talking about the Sony thing, it sounds like the Disney-Sony deal is all but done. For a few small things that need to be wrapped up. Well, I wouldn't say small things. They're still talking about international rights and stuff like that. But it sounds like, in a perfect world, that all of the Marvel characters that are of any substance could be coming back to the Marvel Universe from Sony. So you got to see a little bit of that with Deadpool 2, anybody who saw that. And the list goes on and on. And there's still great movies out there on both sides. You got Venom coming out here in just a couple of months, which looks incredible. Tom Hardy, it sounds like, didn't use any mocap in the movie.
What's mocap?
Motion capture, where they actually put him in like a blue suit and stick little dots all over him to capture everything. So it sounds like CGI is really starting to really evolve into something completely different, and it means good things. Because
Yeah.
then you don't have to dress a guy in a weird suit. You can actually just have him kind of have the computer understand what a human characteristic is on a face, and then morph it into the actual character.
Listen,
So
Venom is sometimes Venom can be really hard to capture
sure.
because of how his face and everything is, because he's an alien.
Yeah, he's able to kind of shapeshift a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, Bear, there is some sad news or bad news, depending on who you are, coming out of the Marvel Universe right now.
Yeah.
And Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has been put on hiatus. They have pulled production on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because of the firing of director James Gunn.
What did James Gunn do?
Well, he when he was younger, 10 years younger, he put out some tweets. You know what Twitter is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he put out some tweets that were, to some people, very inappropriate. To most people, it was probably just in bad taste. But unfortunately, a particular person who thought that some of his recent tweets where he was kind of high-roading some people who were doing some shenanigans, he thought, I'll bring this James Gunn to light, and he's a terrible person. And unfortunately, those tweets that happened 10 years ago got him fired from Disney. Because, when you have Mickey Mouse, you don't want to have someone who tells naughty jokes in the same room, right?
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what's going to happen when they get Deadpool, right? But anyway...
Deadpool is that, like, inappropriate movie because it's not really for kids?
Yep, but they claim that they're going to have rated R movies and rated R franchises. Anyway,
But
very
Disney
sad.
is a kid thing, too.
Yeah.
Because Mickey Mouse is run by Disney.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of other things are run by Disney.
Yeah. So,
I guess they're trying to bring in some adults too.
So what they're saying is they're gonna put Guardians of the Galaxy on hold for a while. We still may see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but for right now it's not in production. They've told the cast and the crew, hey, if you got other obligations, we understand. Go off and do them. And to me it's sad.
Yeah, because
I actually really liked the Guardians franchise.
I did too. I liked the second one because it was like it was kind of like you just gotta know the Star-Lord better.
Yeah.
Because 2 was like, oh well.
Well, you got to learn about Star-Lord a lot more in the second one, right?
Yeah, because it's like, this is your dad, you can focus energy, blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Ego.
Yep. So, the questions I have for you, and I know you don't know too many of these people in the world, but if you could pick a director to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 once it starts up again, who would it be?
I don't know. Whoever directed Batman, the Batman movie, the recentest Batman and Justice League, I would.
Zack Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah? You'd
Yeah.
like to see Zack Snyder? That would be a very interesting take. Yeah, I would be interested to see that. I think the guy who did Thor Ragnarok would be a perfect
cool
addition to that, because Ragnarok seemed very much like Guardians of the Galaxy. So
Yeah, but it's about Thor and Ragnarok, whatever that is. Is that the fighting thing?
Ragnarok is basically the destruction of the entire planet. Remember, Asgard gets
yeah.
destroyed? They
Yeah.
call that Ragnarok.
Spoiler alert!
No, it's not. Well, sure, it is. You got me into a spoiler alert.
Okay, let's move on.
What a freak. What a freak. So, that's who I would pick
Yeah.
to direct that. I guess for me, this almost seems like it's a calculated thing. Not the James Gunn firing, but to pull back the Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because I think that the story itself... Can you keep your hands out of your pants, please?
Yeah.
The story itself is so intertwined right now with the Infinity War follow-up, or Avengers 4, that I think they're going to have to figure out how they're going to take everybody from here. You know, obviously they still got Spider-Man, a movie coming out that's called now Spider-Man Far From Home, which basically means that you can't be naive enough to think that the character of Spider-Man died a gruesome death in Infinity War, if he did, which I'm not saying he did.
I don't think
'cause
he did.
I don't want to give spoiler alerts, even though it sounds like everybody in the planet has seen Infinity War by now.
I don't think he did, because why would they make a Spider-Man movie Far From Home if he didn't die? Here's what I think.
Exactly. If they were going to if they were going to actually play out the whole, if people died in that movie, they wouldn't
Ever do a Spider-Man
dare
Far From
make
Home.
anything. What they would focus on doing is bringing in other elements, like the Fantastic Four, being like, okay, we're going all in with Sony and we're getting our Fantastic Four back and we're going to start this. And they could have started the next phase through them, backdoored in, and it could have been Galactus. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyway.
So I think here's my. I don't want to alert anyone. I don't want to get arrested for doing this, but I think that everyone who died just got ported to a different dimension.
Could very well be. We're going to find out, right?
'Cause
But anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will not be part of that. At least not for a while.
I really wanted to see Drax and Star-Lord again soon.
Well, you'll see them in some regard, somehow, somewhere. So, you ready to move on, bud?
Yep.
All right. Very exciting news in the world of
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. They Adult Swim threw out a quick little trailer that kind of gives us an insight to season 4. Sounds like they have a whole bunch of fun things in store, and one of them is they're going to actually be a Japanese anime. So you'll get to finally see different takes on Rick and Morty.
Yeah, to see like what would happen if Rick and Morty were like a Japanese sketched thing.
Right. And so that's what we'll take a look at now. You ready?
Yep.
All right. For folks at home, I'm sure I'll be able to figure out how to put this on there. So here we go.
What is AS?
AS is Adult Swim, so that's what's going on there. So, Raiden, are you excited for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I really like how Rick and Morty is because it's like a grandson and a
Grandpa?
grandpa going from the grandpa has a portal gun and they can go to different dimensions.
Yeah. So what did you see in that trailer that stood out? There was one thing to me that stood out more than anything else.
I like when Rick had the like thing on his shoulder and he shot it because I love games like that.
You know what I noticed?
What?
I noticed Morty's gigantic arm.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
From the first, was that the first or the second episode of season 3?
I think it was like the second.
They go to the Blood Dome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
or like,
I think it's the second.
Yeah, I think it's from like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Because it looked like Mad Max
Yeah.
to me. So if you don't know what we're talking about, he will display it for you guys to see the
We probably already
pictures.
did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys don't watch Rick and Morty yet, give it a try. It's not necessarily for everyone, but it is pretty funny. A lot of people would say, Aaron, you're crazy for letting a kid who's 9 years old watch that.
But
Okay, you can call me crazy.
but
We enjoy it together, and that's the thing. If a lot of it is pretty highbrow. He doesn't even understand what some of the stuff is on there. So I get a chuckle out of that.
portal gun is.
Yeah. He just likes the fact that it's fun, right?
Yeah, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And you get to see very funny characters, like Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
All right. I'm sure I got the whatever that is, the watchdog organization's coming after me now. So thanks, Bear. Yeah. So Adult Swim is where they have that show on. It should be coming back in 2019.
Yay!
Dan Harmon has signed a contract for 70 episodes, 70.
Yay!
And so that's multiple seasons, which is great.
Yay!
So, yeah,
I love
we're excited
Rick
about
and
that.
Morty.
Bear, you ready to move on to the very last thing we'll talk about tonight?
Yep.
Okay, so obviously big news coming out for next year is that DC will be releasing the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips directing. That one's going to come out October 4th, 2019. Bear, there has been talk that there will be multiple Joker movies at the same time. Some of them will be part of the extended universe, and some of them will be not part of the extended universe, but more as a standalone, almost, dare I say, like one-offs for comic books. Are you excited at the prospect of seeing multiple Joker movies during the same time?
Well, I do like the fact that they're doing multiple Joker movies.
Yeah.
But why have all of them come out around the same time? I would go like one 2019, one 2020, one 2021, one 2023.
Sure, and they may do that. The thing that you got to remember is with both of these comic book companies and all of the comic book companies that are making movies now, there are... Get your hand out of your pants.
Okay.
This is what happens during live tapings. Anyway, let's get back onto topics.
Yeah.
There's a part of these companies that says we got to strike while the iron is hot, and we need to give the fans what they think they want, not necessarily what they want. Because I think if everybody was on the same page, I don't know if they'd call for multiple Jokers at the same time. But you can't tell me that you're not going to go to one Joker movie over the other one. Because he is such an incredible character. And when you get big name stars that are actually like, yeah, I want to play the Joker, you're going to want to see it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Heath Ledger... We're going to talk about Heath Ledger just as the Joker till the end of time. That is the one role that I think everyone universally will remember him for.
Yeah.
So it's it is what it is, and so I guess the question for you is, now that you know that the Joker's the big thing coming out in 2019, what other comic book DC characters would you like to see adapted into a movie, now that they said they are probably going to move into the DCEU, and then they're going to create that...
non-DC.
Well, they're going to make like DC Dark or DC Black, a different label.
I would like to see what they... I'd like to see what they could do with Dark Knight Metal, or whatever.
Yeah.
The one that you hanged up in my bedroom?
Yeah. Adapt that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that's something that they'll probably look at down the line. What else? Would you like to see a Justice League Dark?
Yeah, I would.
Guillermo del Toro is still supposedly working on something that's a John Constantine-led Justice League Dark movie. With Deadman, Zatanna, Swamp Thing.
Ooh! Something!
Yeah.
Something!
Yeah.
I really want to see Swamp Thing, because you said that he hasn't been in movies for 20, 30 years.
Yeah. It's time to bring him back.
Yeah, it's time to bring him back up to the surface,
Sure.
not have him go there for 40 years.
Sure. Is there anybody else that you can think of that you'd like to see?
I would like to see... I can't. I forgot.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. There's a lot of characters to choose from, right?
Yeah.
So,
But I would kind of like to see if they would do a Dead Man movie, like just Dead Man.
just Dead Man.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a hard sell just because he's a deep cut, but I think
It would be cool.
if he does well in dark, maybe they would. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of cool things coming down the pipe. What else? I guess we could say that CW
Yeah.
is planning on moving forward with the crossovers coming up here this fall. Who's the big addition to the newest crossover coming up? You remember?
No.
Batgirl?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, CW's making a Batgirl TV series, and it's got that Ruby Rose. If people know who that is, no, it's a person.
Yeah, I
It's an interesting name for a person. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, exciting Batgirl, and it sounds like Superman will be part of that crossover, which means they're going to bring Lois Lane into the world of the CW as well. So,
because there's no, because like if you look at the old TV shows of Lois and Clark or whatever.
yeah, with Terry Hatcher
Yeah.
and Dean Cain, sir.
Yeah. Those two. That is such a great old TV show.
It is.
I love it. My mom loves it. Do you love it? Cause I'm not sure.
I did not hate it.
But you did
The
not.
thing that I
love it.
didn't like about it was they had no villains in the movie or in the TV show.
They had some, but
They had Lex Luthor,
yeah.
and then they had a whole bunch of
They had,
I mean,
like-
not even like no name Superman villains. They just didn't have. I mean, it's like they made villains up on the spot. It's like, oh, we got a problem today
Didn't-
at the bank. Let's make Bankman. You know, like.
Didn't they also do that one cybernetic kryptonite guy thing?
Yeah, they apparently had Metallo on there, but it wasn't really. I mean, that's the problem. Is Lex Luthor he wasn't even really Lex Luthor on there. But I digress, Bear.
What's
you
that
know,
digress when you?
don't worry. I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you got anything else to talk about, or are we good?
I think we're good.
I think we're good until next week, right?
Yeah.
So next week, guys, we have a trip to St. Louis for the entirety of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it depends on what happens on Monday. We'll probably put something together and have it for Wednesday, but I can't promise it's going to be the traditional sit down and do this kind of stuff. We may have to talk in the car or something like that on the way home, right?
Yeah, but how's that gonna work? Cause you're not able to sit in the back.
Maybe Mom can drive for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And
Well,
so I sit in the front with her.
yeah, that'll work.
Okay, that'll work.
All right, guys. For All Things Action Videocast, I'm Dad, also known as Aaron, and this has been my buddy.
Bill, aka Layden.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you next week, same time, same place. We'll skip the Bat Channel. All right?
Alright,
All right. Bye, guys.
bye.